Okie dokie, welcome back. I think I'm on a bit of an angle. I haven't done one of these in a while. It's kind of like a sales breakdown over the past month, and I think it's been about 2 months since I've done them, but like I used to do them for about nearly 2 years. I've been doing them pretty regularly, and yeah, I'm kind of glad I didn't do one last month or else I would have cried, because it's not good. It is not good. And you know, we're in July now, and usually you can kind of see like a trend of how well I'm doing, and yeah, it's not great. Although I have to put up like a caveat. Like, I went away twice this month. I went away to France and I went away to Devon and Cornwall for a week, so I had to put everything on holiday mode, so obviously I wasn't bringing in as much sales as what would be if it was at home. So yeah, there is that caveat as well. And obviously I didn't go sourcing as much this month. I did source, don't get me wrong, I did source, but I feel like I didn't do as much as I have in the past. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about my sales in June. Weirdly, we're in July and my sales have actually been pretty good, but that's because I've done a couple of things to rectify June's. I'm going to do it back to front this time around. I'm going to do my stats first, and then I'm going to do my favourite items that I've sold afterwards. So yes, here you go, enjoy. I mean, May, 157 items, ASP £20, so it's averaging around 20. Net profit 1800. Going from 1800 net profit to 1000, that's an £800 gap. Like, I cannot afford that gap. I mean, look, even if you look at March was probably equally my worst month. I don't know what happened in March. It was all over the place. My fees were ridiculous. My turnover was crap. My items sold was high because I was doing all these ridiculous offers and accepting all these offers and doing all these promos. But yeah, it didn't work. I went back in April, 123 items, and it went back up to £1,700. This is just an eBay as well. So yeah, April and May, that is doable. Like, I can do it. June, it's kind of painful looking at that. But then again, if I think about it, I mean, I've got to give my kudos if I think about it. I've been away for an entire week at the end of the month. Everything was on holiday mode. I still managed to make sales, but they weren't great. I didn't have any donut days, but I did have the occasional like £10 day, which is kind of like but then towards the end of the week I took off the holiday mode on the Sunday, and then on Monday it picked up. I think I made it about 100 quid, something like that. But yeah, so it's very interesting that, oh, and obviously like I went to Paris, but I went for like 3 or 4 days, and that's kind of like dipped a bit because I put my holiday mode, I put it on kind of on holiday mode, and then I released it like the day before I was coming back. I thought it would give me a bit of a boost, but it didn't. Yeah, so it's not great. Now, one thing that I am doing this month, the month of July, we're doing like an accountability thing on Instagram, and it's basically like keeping things in perspective, trying to push each other, trying to list as much as we possibly can, and trying to, you know, do different things, and trying our best to stay at a standard level and really push each other. There's a few of us doing it. If you want to join in, just tag us all on Instagram. Me, Philippa, there's Dutch Reseller, there's a couple of other people. Then you're more than welcome. We'll like and share your pages and everything, and yeah, and it's just basically showing us, oh, what are we doing today, what we've done today, that kind of thing. It's very, very basic, kind of like daily stuff, but it does work. Okay, so this is my Depop and my Vinted slide, and this is like my take home. As you can see, I've been doing this for a while. I've been getting some really good data, if you can see there, how much it's actually been growing. My biggest month on Depop was in March. I don't know why, I just kept on getting loads of sales. Don't know why, I wasn't even listing that much in March, really. But April I did okay. Depop kind of levelled back out, £222.84p. Vinted popped up a little bit to 204. Now May was a good month. May was a good month overall. It's what's helped me pay for my Paris trip. So what's helped me pay for Cornwall. So yeah, Depop, I did £505.68p. I'm really impressed with that. because I thought, oh, it's going to level back out still. It's just going to, that March one was a blip. Obviously it's not. Vinted, £405. And yeah, so June, Depop, £328 and 3p. And if I remember rightly, I think there's 15 items are sold this month. I don't know. Someone could do the math. I think it's like £20 an item, something like that. I don't know how many items I've sold on Vinted, but I managed to get £275 and 49p in June, which collectively, what, 200, that's like five. It's just short. It's either £600 or just short of £600. So that's because there's no fees on that. It's kind of brought me back up a little bit in terms of profit. So I've made about 1,500 quid essentially in June, which is kind of not great. It's not good, is it? I need to bring in a lot more money, and I've known this for a good couple of months. I need to really push to bring in more money. Okay, so with all of these, this is a caveat. These are only the things that are sold on eBay, and they haven't had their fees or the postage or even the tax taken off. This is just the turnover sold. Yeah, so let's go through some of them. The mug at the bottom, I got that carboot, 50p. It's an Emma Bridgewater mug. It's lovely. I was going to keep it, but thought, no, if my mum sees it, she'll want to keep it, so had to sell it quick. The little toy above it, I got that at a car boot around the corner for me. That was 50p as well, and I've had that up for ages. It's a really weird kind of thing. There was another one up for about 60, 70, and I was like, that was in America as well, and I was like, it's not selling. And I had it up for ages, so I kept on reducing. It got an offer of 30, and I said, yeah, why not? The Lord of the Rings bundle, I got that at the car boot for, I think it was £5 altogether, and then I got other things with it. There was a couple of bits with it as well. A Thunderbirds toy, which I've got just there. Yeah, quick easy flip, 31.53. The Portugal kind of like flask mug, that's like a Starbucksy kind of takeaway mug, and that was £2.99 if I remember rightly. And yeah, went for £24. So the one on the far left, that is Rodan. It's out of a Godzilla movie. This is actually the second one I've sold recently, and I found them 2 different shops, 2 different towns, both the same price at £1.49. And yeah, I think the other one sold for like 25 quid, this one sold for £28. Just random. The one above, that is a Jurassic World toy. This is also the second one I've sold, and the other one sold for, I think it was like £27. This one sold for £31.72. This one, that one, that plush is I think that's the Beatrix Potter one from Eden. Eden's like the vintage brand, and yeah, I do quite well when I find them. I think I can't remember how much I paid for that. I just don't. It was ages ago. Got £24 and 27p. It wouldn't have been more than £2 or £3. Ooh, now this is a good one. This is probably one of my best sales ever. The Jellycat in the middle was, I can't remember if it was 65p or like £1.20p, but I got it from a charity shop, which is notorious, and ended up selling for £139. I had it up for £150 and I just got an offer, so I thought, why not? The Garfield was £2 from the car boot, a recent pickup. That sold for £25.82. You want is it the Dakin? It's got the plastic eye, so whenever you find a Garfield toy, make sure it's got the tag with Dakin, and it'll have like 78 on it. It's a bit like with Snoopy. If you find Snoopy, make sure it's got like the 68 or the 72 kind of thing on the tag. This one, it was a 20p find. It sold for £20 and 61p. I think that's the Horrid Henry. It's a tiny little figure like that. It was like that big, and yeah, 20p. That toy, it's a Caesar toy. Is it Caesar? I've forgotten the bad guy out of the 2001 Planet of the Apes movie. It's Tim Roth. I just know it's Tim Roth. And yeah, I knew that there was a new movie coming out, and I saw it. I think it was £3. I got it from Warrington Car Boot. It was the same time I got this one. There is a video. But yeah, I spent £3 on that one, and I think it was a £5 on that one. That is like the top end of what I would spend on these vintage metal trays, but it was a gorgeous like black and floral thing, and it was absolutely fabulous. Yeah, £38.50, and that toy 2613. Yeah, I knew there was a new movie coming out, so I thought, why not? Okay, so this one, this shirt is a Ralph Lauren shirt, and it's sold for £31.50, but I got it from, I think I got it off Vinted. I think it was a Vinted find, and I spent, I think it was £6. That's with everything, including the postage. Altogether, it came to about £6, so I'm kind of happy with that. But it was like, it's at the top end of what I'd usually spend, but it was just a bit of a different kind of pickup, that one. Yeah, so this one was from a kilo sale. So usually from the kilo sales, it's usually about £3 something, £3.20, £3.40. And there was one in America that was up for, I think it was like £50. It's a Comic-Con kind of t-shirt, but it's an anime Comic-Con. I don't know why. It sold really quickly though. As did the Bob Hope one. Sorry, this one. The Bob Hope one. I got that out of the Fleek bundle, and it sold for £20.16, and I can't remember how much I paid per item. I think it's like, isn't it £1.17 or something like that? Anyhow, yeah. Willie Nelson. That was, I think, was that a Fleek or was that a kilo sale? I have a feeling it's a kilo sale. But yeah, this is a Willie Nelson Hard Rock Cafe. Now, if you look at the Hard Rock Cafe ones, don't discount them, especially if they've got a country legend on. This is a country legend, obviously Willie Nelson. But yeah, I think there's ones like Dolly Parton and there's some other Hollywood legends. But yeah, really interesting piece left, that one. I got that from TK Maxx. It was a TK Maxx find. It's a folk jacket, and I got it for a tenner. It was in their super stupid sale, and that was the only thing left in terms of folk stuff. So yeah, I got an easy tenner, and it flipped pretty quickly. And it was newer tags, technically. The Alien tee, that way, that went for £23.79, and it's really weird. So me and Chica went to Huddersfield. There is a video on it. I'll try and CC it in. And thanks to Tasha Resells. And I got that, I think it was for pennies, that one. I can't remember, it was something like 10 items for like £6. Or was it £8? I don't know. It was something cheap, it was dirt cheap anyway. And it just sold really well. The bottom one, I got a car boot in e-boot. I got it e-boot, and it was a £5. And it's a Couples. Now the reason why it did pretty well, I did have it up for about 90, but I got an offer. I kept on reducing it, and it got to about 75, and then I got an offer of like 60, and I was like, or 64, I think it was. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. It's cashmere and angora and down. I could have waited until like the season got a bit colder, but it's like it's a June and someone's buying a jacket. Get rid, £5 easy. Okay, so these are two video games that I had in my collection. They're Hack. And yeah, I've sold part 4. I had the full set. I sold part 4 for, I think it was close to 100. These are part 2 and part 3. I'm keeping the first one because I think the first one is pretty good. And it's really cheap. It doesn't really do very much. It's not like a tenner. But yeah, they're really good condition, and managed to get what I wanted for them, so that's good. Sorry, these are Ralph Lauren, and I got them from my local, but it's my local council research, which is really expensive. It's like stupid expensive. For some reason, they slept on these, and I went in there the other day, and basically they had a Ralph Lauren t-shirt for £10, but these were £6. So I'll take it. You slip up, I'll make the most of it. Right, next. I got this from Essex with again with Chica. I got it for £1. It's like a little like lunch bag thing for like the beach, and it sold for £25, but the £4.50 postage. Oh yeah, that one is a Gant fleece, and I got that also with Chica, but that was in Newcastle. That's how long that's been up. The Iron Maiden, Iron Maiden shoes, and they're from the car boot. I spent £20 on them because they were so cool, and I was like, oh, I really want them. So I bought them, and I ended up selling them. They were good size. I think they were size 10, and yeah, they were up for like 90, and I got an offer of like 80. So I was like, oh, can't say no to that. And that's it. That's everything. These are just my favourites. So I've made loads of like small, low value, between £10 and £20 ones, and yeah, there's quite a lot of like 20 to 30 sales that I've done. Lots of clothing. But yeah, these are just like some favourites with like a little story with them. So this is my July from last year, and I think with May and July last year were my biggest months on eBay. This is just eBay, it's not including anything else. So I got a really good month, and I was really impressed with how many items I actually sold during my... It's meant to be the summer, it's meant to be part of the summer, so the summer slowdown didn't actually happen. But I remember I was listing loads all through like June and July. I was really going for it. And yeah, I mean, net profit of like 2,340 isn't that bad. And yeah, my ASP was £23.51. That's £3 something more than what I'm on at the moment. Not too much of a difference, but it still kind of is. But yeah, items sold 161. I feel like 140 to 150 is like my average that I'm actually selling. But like last month in June, like 102 was it? Oh my god, like what is happening? But then again, I suppose where eBay kind of dips, the other platforms kind of have a bit of an uptick. So like Depop and Vinted, Depop in particular in March, when I had that really bad dip on eBay, that really did skyrocket, and it kind of saved my bacon. And plus it's zero fees on there now, so it's like, loving Depop. Yeah, but what I'm really doing is I'm really kind of putting my focus into Vinted as well. I really want to kind of build up those two stores that I've got on there. Yeah, so this is basically my aim for July. I mean, I doubt I'm going to get as high as I did then. I think it was just a freak month. But it's a good goal to have, to try and really throw up as much as possible. And yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm doing okay. This week has been really good. So I don't know. We'll see. But this is just a highlight. Hopefully this time next month I can have something to show you on a par with this. I'm not holding out any hope, but I will try my best. Fresh. That's everything. So yeah, I've got work to do, essentially. I've got lots of work to do. And it doesn't mean like I'm not going to be going places. I am going to be going places, but I really am going to double down on some of the sourcing. Because I released my foot off the pedal last month, I feel like I need to really go for it this month. And that is basically kind of one of the strategies that I'm going to lean into. There's a specific trader event at this kilo sale that I go to. And it's basically for businesses who do wholesale. And yeah, I've been once before, but I'm going again. And I should pick up some good stuff. I want to pick up some really good stuff. But what I think I might do is I might do that in the morning, and then do a walkabout of the town. So I'll be spending a fair bit of money, but it's really good because the past week I've made a good chunk of money, so I can reinvest that. And I'm not going away anywhere until the end of August because I'm going to Germany to see Adele. It's tiring, this, isn't it? Just an analysis of what's happened. I really should be making a lot more money. And I need to be making a lot more money if I'm going to get where I want to be. And of course, it doesn't mean like this is just my eBay and my reselling. It's not anything to do with anything else that I've got going on. But it's like, this is my 9-5. This is my job. So it kind of feels like I should be working a little bit harder now, just to keep me level with last year. So yes, anywho, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. Please don't be put off from reselling. It is hard work, but it's fun. And it's just the wrong person.